I've interacted with uh, many old colleagues and some new ones, as well as with students from all around the country, and um, some Turkish students who work in the United States, and some Turkish students, uh, to my surprise, from Turkey. So ASBMB is becoming international now, and I'm pleased to see that. You get to learn sort of the personal aspect of the colleagues who made uh, revolutionary discoveries, and hear it, from personal perspective, and that's a great thing. But you get to meet old friends, people who review your papers, and other members of the editorial board, as well as I think one of the most exciting part is interacting with students and young scientists who ask for guidance, for advice, and so on. My parents instilled in me a very strong work ethics. My father uh, was the strong, hardest working man I've ever known, and so so that the sort of non-scientific part of it, work ethics, of course, is important in all walks of life, but scientifically, in biochemistry, my mentor, Stan Rupert, my PhD advisor, has had the strongest influence uh, throughout my career. He was a great mentor, and he kept up with my research after I became an independent investigator. Um, and so he has been my role model. When I was graduate student and postdoc, publishing in JVC was a dream that's where you publish your best work, and I've always thought about it that way. And for this or that reason, I didn't publish in JVC till I became an independent investigator. And my first really important study as an independent investigator was published in JVC, and and I've continued ever since. I have more papers in JBC than in any other journals, and I think I am probably of my generation. Uh, I'm the only one in biological sciences who's got the Nobel Prize for work published in JVC, and I'm very proud of that. I think this should be, I hope, an example to young investigators who are obsessed with publishing in this or that journal. If it's good work, JBC is the perfect journal to publish it. And like I said, it is my papers in JVC that led to the Nobel Prize. So that's been, and as an editor, I get very interesting papers to review, and that of course educates me, and I can see the um, um, other aspect of the reviewing process, and being the aspect of being fair, being strict about controls and so on. Honestly, I would say publish your best work in JBC because it has a very vast editorial board, and we have reviewers that cover the entire field of biochemistry, molecular biology. You cannot find that in any other journal. And so you're sure that your paper will get good reviews by people knowledgeable in your field. Um, y- um, you don't always get it in other journals. And so I think that's a major advantage of JBC. And you get decision within 3 weeks usually. And if there are things to fix, you fix them, and it's processed rapidly. But regardless, JBC is like the New York Times of publishing. Work hard is number one. Um, there are no shortcuts. And secondly, of course, it's not always possible, but to the extent that it's possible, pick an important subject to work on. Okay, and I always tell my students and postdocs, you should ask yourself every single day, is the work I'm doing going to end up be a sentence in a textbook, in a biochemistry textbook? You should always ask yourself that, because that's a criteria of the significance of the work you're doing. Don't get sidetracked with minutiae. So that's really the other advice to give a student. And finally, it's really important to have supportive and nurturing mentors. I can't thank ASBMB and JBC enough, because JBC made my career, and JBC got me the Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize, of course, is important, but I think JBC enabled me to publish my work and disseminate the research we've done and our findings to the scientific community in a timely manner. And maybe in the short span, maybe was not recognized, but over the long period, eventually was recognized by the scientific community, and as well as other organizations like the Nobel.